Deal the boy in, Richard sneered. Let's see if the maid's son can even count past 10. The laughter that followed was sharp, the kind that cuts. Everyone at the billionaire's poker table joined in. Everyone. Except the boy. Malik just stared back, his small hands calm on the table, his brown eyes steady as glass. He didn't flinch. He didn't blink in that silence. Was the beginning of the billionaire's biggest lesson. The ballroom glittered like wealth itself, golden chandeliers, crystal glasses, and laughter that reeked of arrogance. It was Richard Halden's charity night. A ritual more about pride than generosity. Cameras flashed, guests mingled, and every move was a performance. In the corner, almost invisible, stood Naomi, the maid who worked for Halden for 6 years. Her uniform was spotless. Her smile, polite. But her eyes, they carried exhaustion and quiet dignity, and right beside her stood Malik, her 12-year-old son, clutching a small book on math puzzles, wearing his late grandfather's old jacket. He waited patiently for his mother to finish her shift. Richard noticed him. "Naomi," he said, with that polished cruelty the wealthy masters so well. "Is that your boy?" "Yes, sir," she replied quickly. "He's just here to walk me home," Richard chuckled. "How sweet. Tell me, Malik, do you clean as well as your mother?" A few guests laughed. Malik didn't. He just said softly, "No, sir. She does enough for both of us." A ripple went through the table, quiet, shock at a child's calm defiance. Richard smiled thinly. "Sharp tongue. Let's see if it's as sharp as your brain. Come here, boy." Richard tapped the poker table. The green felt gleamed under the chandelier's light. "Ever played this game before?" Malik nodded. "A few times. My grandpa taught me." Richard leaned back, amused. "Oh, a prodigy from the projects, huh? Let's give him a seat." The crowd laughed again. Naomi took a step forward. "Please, sir. He's just a child. Relax." Richard cut in. "It's just for fun. No money. No harm. Let's see if he's got what it takes." He snapped his fingers. A chair was pulled out. Malik sat. The deck shuffled. The cards slid across the table like whispers of fate. Malik's fingers hesitated only for a second before picking up his cards. He looked around the table, at their hands. Their eyes, their smirks. Richard grinned. "Let's make it simple. You win, you get dessert. You lose, you go back to folding napkins with mommy." Malik said nothing. He simply looked at his cards, then at Richard. "I'll raise," he said quietly. The laughter came again, but this time thinner, nervous. Richard smirked. Kid doesn't even know what he's doing, but when the hand ended, Malik won, cleanly, calmly. The room paused. Richard frowned. Beginner's luck? Next round. Round after round, the boy's calm never broke. He didn't gloat. He didn't brag. He just played. Focused, unshakable. He read the table like an open book. Every twitch, every breath, every nervous glance. Richard tried bluffing twice. Malik called him out both times. "You look away when you lie," Malik said softly on the third hand. The billionaire froze. "What did you say?" "You don't look at people when you bluff," Malik replied. "My grandpa said truth hides in the eyes." The guests murmured. The laughter was gone now. By the fifth hand, Richard was sweating. He leaned forward. "You think you're clever, huh?" Malik's tone never wavered. "I just pay attention." So Richard slammed the chip stack forward. Final hand. Winner takes all. Naomi's heart pounded. "Please, Sir Richard." Snap. Quiet. Malik picked up his cards, calm as ever. His hands were small, but steady. The boy who once helped his mother scrub marble floors now sat facing the man who owned them. Richard bluffed big, his face perfect, his act rehearsed, but Malik didn't buy it. He met the billionaire's gaze and said, quietly but clearly, "You're scared." The room went still. Richard scoffed. "Scared? Of you?" Malik nodded slightly. "Yes, because people who mock others usually fear being beaten by them." Gasps filled the room. Richard laughed harshly. Let's see you prove it. Genius. Show your cards. Malik turned them over. Straight flush. The entire table fell silent. Richard's hand trembled as he revealed his own. 2 pairs. Weak. Meaningless. Billionaire had been outplayed. The boy looked at the pile of chips, then pushed them all back. I wasn't playing for money, Malik said quietly. You said it was just a joke. The silence that followed was heavier than the marble pillars that held that room up. Even the chandelier seemed to dim. Naomi rushed forward. Malik, say thank you and let's go, but Richard stopped her. His voice, once sharp with pride, now carried something else. Shame got weight. He turned to Malik. Who taught you all this? My grandpa, Malik said. He used to say, the world plays games with people like us. So you better learn how to play back, quietly. Richard swallowed hard. Something inside him cracked. That wall of arrogance that money had built. He stood. Naomi, he said slowly, your son. He's special. Yes, sir, she whispered. I've always known. Richard looked at Malik again. Come see me tomorrow. I think I can help him go further than this table. Malik's expression stayed composed. Thank you, sir. But I don't want favors. Just opportunities. That line hit Richard harder than any loss ever had. The next week, Richard called in his connections. He arranged a full scholarship for Malik, not charity, but acknowledgement. He visited the boys' school once, quietly. He stood by the doorway as Malik saw the complex probability equation on the board. His classmates watching in awe. Richard smiled, genuinely this time. Later, he told Naomi, that boy doesn't belong in the background. He belongs in every room where decisions are made. Naomi bowed her head. He just needs someone to believe that. 10 years passed. A young man in a tailored suit walked onto a televised poker stage, not to gamble, but to demonstrate a new AI model built to predict human decision-making. His name, Dr. Malik Jordan. When asked where it all began, he smiled softly. At a table where I wasn't supposed to sit, he said. And a man who tried to laugh at me, but ended up learning from me. Some lessons cost money. Others cost pride, but the most valuable ones, they cost your ego. That night, a billionaire learned that intelligence doesn't come dressed in wealth. Sometimes it wears hand-me-down clothes and carries the weight of quiet. Brilliance, and maybe that's what life's real game is. Not about who has the most chips, but who knows how to play with heart. Comment below. What moment in this story hit you hardest? Share this story if you believe respect should never depend on wealth. And subscribe for more cinematic stories where humility always beats arrogance.